Right, second to last mission in the game. Very much looking forward to starting the remake of Goldeneye, see how it holds up compared to the original game. Well, considering the AI in this game, I wouldn't call them crack troops. But then they're still more intelligent than some troops I've seen in games several console generations later. I'm looking at you, Star Wars Battlefront 2 by EA. Ugh. And no, we are never going to see any of that support that Wade's supposed to bring. They didn't even bother giving Wade a sprite in this game. Though to be fair, his reinforcements didn't actually do much in the movie, other than epically cock-block Bond, as he and Natalia were getting ready to have some celebratory sex at the end. And of course, Moneypenny had to mention us keeping our pants in good shape when I was talking about Bond being cock-blocked, didn't she? Okay, so we start this mission with the ZMG instead of the pistol for some reason. I'm not complaining, I especially appreciate it against these goons. We need to be able to rip through them in a hurry, especially when the ZMG is the most common weapon down here, and they can take a solid number of bullets to bring down. Well, they're certainly not wasting any time throwing troops at us. Definitely a time when having an itchy trigger finger is a good thing. Though I've got to wonder why we could potentially lose this mission due to killing the rare scientists that happen to be down here. I assume everyone here is working for Janice, not innocent civilians that have nothing to do with what's going on here. And since one of our objectives is to destroy their equipment, it's pretty tough to avoid killing the guy standing next to that very explosive crap. Yeah, that was enough to kill that guy, and I'm pretty sure if 3 scientists die in this mission, we lose. Well, at least that objective's done. Didn't take long to accomplish it. Though we've still got the objective to call Wade, that's occasionally made me stumble in the past. Usually due to the enemies in that room doing something stupid that makes everything in there blow up, and there being nothing I can do about it. Again, not as frustrating as the previous mission, but if we can't get this one done in one clean try, then I'm gonna use the same cheat I used in the previous mission. I kinda hyped myself up for the Goldeneye remake at this point, so I want to get the last 2 missions done as promptly as I can. Wonder why there are 2 entirely different types of doors for the same small chambers. What are these airlock-style things even for, since we're not in space? Is it in case of floods or something? Because there were probably some other, less mechanically annoying systems they could have put into place to prevent flooding when they... Ooh, right. This is not the kind of organization that gives a damn about maintenance. I wouldn't be surprised if they were planning on getting rid of the very expensive base and the whole damn setup once their job was done setting off the second, and, at least in the movie, only other Goldeneye satellite, which Natalia destroyed. Alex certainly managed to get quite a lot of money to burn on this vengeance quest. And you know, it makes some sense that somebody completely obsessed with vengeance would just piss money away like this. The only thing that never really made sense to me in GoldenEye was how Alec managed to convince so many people to work for him. Especially since he somehow managed to get a Russian general to go traitor for him. I mean, sure, after the collapse of the Soviet Union and Russia trying to find itself again afterwards, national pride probably took a very harsh hit. Still, Urumov managed to make it from colonel to general. And since he became head of the Space Division after the fall of the Bloody Union, I can't help thinking he didn't have too much motive to go traitor. Hell, in the movie, Uramov was visibly shaken by both Xenia taking far too much pleasure in killing dozens of people, and the revelation that Alec's parents were Lient's Cossacks. So what in the hell did Alec promise Uramov to get him to go traitor if there were aspects of the Janus organization that the general considered repellent? How did he get so many of these nameless grunts following him too when he doesn't seem to have a long-term goal outside of vengeance? Okay, no clue what this room is for, and all the boxes and all that. Either there's something useful inside one of those boxes, or on a higher difficulty there's an objective that involves this room that I somehow forgot. Regardless, I definitely saw some feet when we were running from below, and I'd rather not leave anyone behind to let them hit us when we get to the next room, so going up again. Okay, definitely more enemies than I thought were left up here. Given how wounded we are, I somehow doubt we're going to be able to accomplish this one in one clean run. Probably doesn't help that I don't remember much about this mission, just say it was less annoying to me as a kid than the one before or the one after it. So I have no idea if we're pretty close to the end already or not even halfway there. Huh. Given the way those bullet flashes made it look like they were moving, I was worried someone was shooting us from behind. Disconcerting. And on a related note, I like the fact that these guys are aggressive enough that we can lead them into kill zones like this. Not that I intentionally did so, I got lucky this time. Kinda wish I could luckily decide to pull back and draw people into an easy kill zone more often, if only to make it less likely we'll be trading shots with an always numerically superior force. Seriously, it doesn't matter that Bond is a lot more durable than these guys, since there are so many of them to try shooting at us in any given mission. And that's another objective done. Wonder why there weren't any scientists around this set of computers. Guess it's just a master control console we have to worry about now, and actually, come to think of it, we don't actually have to call Wade in this difficulty. Funny how my memories of all three difficulties just keep blurring together in my mind. And there's the radio equipment we would have used to contact Wade, right next to a console that we need to destroy. Son of a bitch. Killed by a guard while I was trying to kill another guard who happened to be hiding behind a scientist. A little curious why we didn't get the visual of Bond falling over and over while multiple guys shot us at that time, but let's just move on. I'd say that's a respectable amount of ass-kicking, considering this was me going into this mission cold and relying on mostly memory. Now let's try that again, only with the game chart code and the footage fast-forwarded for at least most of the mission. Considering how far we got in that first try, I'm sure we could have figured a way to handle this one without resorting to that code again. Unfortunately, we already used this code in this playthrough, so it's harder to justify to myself not to use it, especially when I'm a little impatient to get to the remake of this game. Sure, the Goldeneye remake is not considered a classic, and many feel it didn't measure up to the sheer number of innovations that the first one brought to the table for console first-person shooters. Still, that doesn't make it a bad game, and I genuinely did enjoy many of the things they decided to bring to the table, especially some of the outright differences between the N64 version and the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions of the game. I'm not even gonna touch the Wii version of it, though. Not with a goddamn 10-foot tall. As a side note, why the hell did that guy decide to run this way? We were literally right below him. He had a staircase right there. You know, the music is still pretty fun to hear at double the speed. Not quite as enjoyable as when it's playing at its intended speed, but still pretty nice. Well, they're certainly not managing to get that many hits on us this time. Maybe we didn't need that code for this run anyway. But then there's still some areas in this mission we haven't explored just yet, and maybe they were especially brutal. Still feel like this room was supposed to be something important at some point. Not sure if it's more or less annoying to deal with someone shooting at us from below, or if it's more annoying above. Either way, if someone's not in the same elevation as us, it's a bit of a pain to deal with them. Well, this area is certainly clear now. Thank you for making it easier to kill you, sir. And this time, it was even intentional. Though it seems we drew in fewer guys to the door this time, seriously. Really wish I had a better idea of what does and doesn't gain the attention of the guards in this game. It just feels pretty inconsistent. Well, that does it for everything we accomplished in the previous run. Time to get to the room where we ended up dying, and maybe slowing down the footage when we get there. Bloody hell, the P90 is certainly a pain in the ass to deal with. Speaking of pain in the ass, that explosion just made sure that any attempt to call wait is now completely impossible. Wait, the radio equipment is still good? And the scientists in here are still safe? Generally, whenever things blow up in here, the entire mission is fucked. 2 scientists dead and the radio equipment busted certainly makes 00 agent mode very difficult to pull off here. Anyway, that does it for all the listed objectives, and one that was meant for a higher difficulty. Now to find our way out of here, and much like the previous mission, should have been a listed objective. A little annoyed with myself that I managed to forget that that was an issue in both the 16th and 17th missions in this game. Well, at least the door to our exit isn't blocked, even if the door that those 2 idiots in lab coats are trying to get out of is. In fact, let's shut that large door behind us, just so neither of those morons can get between us and any other enemies we come across. You don't get to give us shit for being slow when you have all the keys for all the doors, don't have to fight through anymore, and the turrets don't bother you either. Besides, with how many parts of your operation we've destroyed at this point, I'm rather sure your vengeance against Russia and the United Kingdom is a little more than a pipe dream now. As a side note, I am also a little annoyed with myself that I didn't handle those enemy reinforcements better. If I didn't have the Game Shark code on, then they'd have probably killed me painfully close to the end of this mission. Right, of course there's more reinforcements, because there's always more. It'd be really helpful if the different styles of door had different sound effects here. Of course, it would also help if I could tell which turrets I've already blown up. Look, we get it. You guys are just gonna keep on coming. Can I at least be given some reason why so many people are willing to fight and die for Alec here? I don't even know if most of his troops in this base are Russian. It's not like this game has any voice clips other than generic pain noises. And that does it. Another mission completed. Just one more and we're done with this game. I know some people would like for me to do a bonus mission or two, but considering how I had to pull out the Game Shark for this stage of the game, I'm not sure there'd be too much point in it. I'd probably be too busy feeling guilty that I had to cheat my way to be able to do the bonus missions to actually enjoy the extra content anyway.